So would you say that a lot of people jump the gun in a way when it comes to branding because immediately they're thinking, okay, I have my certifications, I have my degree, now I'm looking to get clients, but they don't really understand what it takes to get the clients. And that's really where you come in. You help them understand what it is that they're selling, even if it's just like a basic, or not basic, but just like the title of a life coach. Like, what does that mean? You know, like, what are you selling? What is your version? What is your style? So, and you're saying that's where you come in and you're able to help them to bring that out first.
Yeah, so it's really not about me making up anything for the client. It's about me through a series of investigation, research, and an inquiry with the client, understanding and letting who they are come to the surface, right? It's like if you don't know who you are, how is your audience going to know who you are? If you can't speak about what you believe in, how are other people going to understand what you believe in? So it's really like, yes, I do social media branding, but it's really a lot of like psychological understanding and work of like who we are on this planet, what we're doing, and then how to make something into a container that people can step into.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I think as you were explaining that to me, my mind immediately went to, she does way more than branding. She's essentially coaching these people and diving deeper into their psyche to figure them out so you can transform who they are into a color palette or into, you know, the way they want to sell and create their own online world that explains what they're doing. And I think we do it with our own projects too, right? Our children's book, that has its own color palette. Sweetheart Club has its own style. The t-shirts have their own style. Every single product or anything that we've ever worked on and we've created has its own vision. It has its own life. So you do have to understand how to give it that by, you know, learning about it more.
Yeah. So yeah, I always say like I could make the most gorgeous brand deck for you or create the most gorgeous color palette for you. But if it's not actually connected to who you are as a person and then as a business owner, it's going to fall flat. It's not going to connect to you. So what we think of as branding, which is colors, design, tone, palette, that has to be researched and that has to be integrated into the person or the brand itself.
What kind of content do you think ends up being the most successful since you've been working with other people helping to sell their products or anything that they're working on?
Yeah, I think it's dependent on the kind of person and the kind of brand, but overarching realness and speaking from experience and being able to translate that experience into how others can utilize their advice. Because we can have gone through our own series of evolutions or healing, or, you know, say I'm working with a therapist and they have such great ideas in session. But if it's not able to translate into Instagram language or TikTok language, you know, online language, it's not going to serve somebody who's scrolling through 2,000 pieces of content in an hour while they're watching TV. So it's really about understanding how to translate what you're saying and what you do in your brand into Instagram language. That's a lot of the education I work with my clients.
Yeah, and I think that is and for sure it is, but I really believe it is its own skill. I think people underestimate the power of being able to communicate on Instagram, because you can just throw up things and people will see them, but to actually have people engage in the content, feel like they're getting something from it. And that's something that I've really learned over the course of being on Instagram is like, why would I put something out there that just serves me? People aren't going to want to see that content. People want content that they're receiving something from because they're using that platform. They're following your page because they're looking for something for them. So when you are a creator or when you are working in any business, you need to be able to provide a piece of content that is for the consumer.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, as creators, we want it to feel. We want it to feel for us as well. And that's, I think, the magic of good content is we've shared something true to ourselves, but it's serving somebody else.
Yeah.
And exactly what you said, like, you know, like a good example is like somebody comes online and they're like, I'm so excited. I have this offering. I've been working on it for 6 months. I am so excited to share it with you. Great. But that doesn't give any entry into a potential buyer or client because it has nothing to do with them. So we want to make sure that your audience understands what's in it for them. Yes, we can be excited. Yes, it can be the best project we think we've ever worked on, but we have to frame it in a way where we are welcoming people into it.